In this week's episode, I share with you some easy recipes that I follow on the Dukan Diet plan. Welcome or welcome back if you are new here. I am Laura and I create lifestyle videos over here on YouTube, and I also go live every Monday to Friday between 6 and 6:30. Let's jump into tonight's video. If you follow my lives, you would know that I started the Dukan Diet at the end of April, beginning of May. So I've been following this diet for about 7 weeks now. It's going on 7 weeks now this week. And if you do not know, this diet was created by Dr. Pierre Dukan, and this is his second book. So with the second book, it's called the Dukan Diet 2, the 7 steps, a nutritional staircase. And the premise of this book is that every day you add a new ingredient to what you had the day before. So for example, on a Monday you only eat pure proteins, and then on a Tuesday you are allowed to add vegetables to the plan. And so it progresses until Sunday, where you can have a cheat meal. And then on Monday, the plan starts over again. So Monday, it's pure proteins again. Let me give you the whole routine. So on a Monday, it's pure protein, day 1. Day 2, a Tuesday, it's protein and vegetables. But this is green vegetables, so it's not starchy vegetables. Then on a Wednesday, day 3, it's protein, vegetables, and a fruit. Day 4, on a Thursday, it's protein, vegetables, a fruit, and 2 slices of bread. So on day 5, you add cheese to the equation, 40 grams of cheese to the equation. Then on a Saturday, you are allowed all of the previous day's things plus a portion of carbs. And then on a Sunday, you are also allowed all of the previous day's things. One meal is allowed to be a cheat meal or a celebration meal, as he calls it. Yes, the other things to note with this plan is that you are allowed to have 1.5 tablespoons of Oatbran every day. And you are also allowed to have some shirataki every day. So with shirataki, it does not have any limit as to how much you can eat of it. And also with proteins, there's no limit to how much you can eat. And that goes the same for vegetables, the non-starchy vegetables. There is also no limit to the amount that you are allowed to eat. All of the other items, they are given a limit. So I am sharing with you what I do on a Sunday for meal prep. I prepare some meatballs, and I'm showing you how I prepare my meatballs. Okay, so this is the prep for the meatballs for the week. So it's just the mince, chopped up onion, some spices. I just put in some curry powder and some salt. So I am going to mix it now, and then I'm going to form the meatballs, and then I'm going to put it in the air fryer. I'll show you after they are formed and just how I put it in the air fryer, but I really don't think you need to see that, but I'll show you what it looks like after I formed them. Oh, and then I cook them for around 15 to 20 minutes, I think, but like I said, I just go by eye. When they are nice and brown, I take them out. The meatballs are formed and ready to go in the air fryer. I just put them in at 200 normally, and that causes all the fat to cook out, and then they are brown and crispy, just the way I like them. I also just put some fish in the air fryer, and I'm sure I don't need to show you how to put fish in the air fryer. I just normally salt it or add spices that are allowed, and I put them in the air fryer. So I just have to add, when I say spices that are allowed, all spices are allowed, but there should not be any sugar in the spice. So with this plan, you cut out all sugars basically. Yes, you are allowed to have diet cool drinks on this plan. You are allowed to have tea and coffee on this plan. And you are also allowed to have skimmed milk on this plan. So tea and coffee you can have with your skimmed milk. You are also allowed to have some sweeteners on this plan. So I normally have a cup of tea in the morning with my milk, and I don't normally take a sweetener. But as a treat now during the winter, I make a hot chocolate for myself every evening, and I've shared the recipe for the hot chocolate I've shared in my lives that I do. So I link my episodes to the live, I link down below, and then you can go through that and see what it's all about and how it's been going so far. So I share with you my meatball recipe, and then I also show you an easy salad that I prepare for myself. Okay, I'm quickly prepping some green beans for the salad today. So today being day 2, we are allowed to have vegetables. What do they call it? Top and tail? I'm going to top and tail them. I think that's what it's called. And then I am going to put them in the air fryer for a couple of minutes. And then it's going to go in the salad that I'm making. The salad is going to have some meatballs. That's just the easiest protein source for me to make. If you can have chicken, then you can obviously eat chicken. But my stomach is sensitive to chicken, so I don't eat it all that frequently, if ever. So you can make your salad with chicken or tuna. I think I'm going to have fish for dinner tonight, so I don't want to do fish now for lunch as well. Although that's not something that would normally bother me. I am quite a repetitive eater. I can eat the same thing every day and be happy. So I'm just going to cut them smaller pieces now. Chuck them on the air fryer tray. And then my favorite spice is this one here, I Heart Air Fryer Roast Veggie Seasoning. I like it because it does not have sugar. As mentioned, we're not allowed to have sugar. It only has salt, garlic, black pepper and parsley. Okay, so this is going in the air fryer, probably at 180 for, let's check it after 5 minutes. Okay, I put it in at 160. My timer does not work anymore, so I have to set a timer or alarm to get it out. Okay, then I'm adding some apple cider vinegar. I love apple cider vinegar. And I'm also adding some lemon juice. And then the same spice. You need to flavor the leaves well. Then I'm going to add some gherkin. Cucumber. Green beans. They're yummy. Okay, now I'm just going to mix this through. And then I'm going to dish this for myself and cut up my meatballs. And then Abby can have the rest. When I say you can eat as much as you want of the good stuff, I really do mean it. So do you think that's enough for Abby? Okay, so now I can cut up hubbies and add these to his bowl for later when he is becoming biggish. Normally, if I make a salad when I'm not on this diet, I would add many more interesting things like nuts and seeds. But while I'm on this plan, I won't do that. Okay, so our salad is ready as well. I'm gonna steal all of these yummy goodness. I'm gonna steal for me. Don't tell hubby. Okay, so this is my lunch sorted for today. Bon appetit. Hi guys, today's salad is pretty much the same base as yesterday, but today I've added a can of tuna and then there's also some air fried broccoli instead of the green beans that I had yesterday. Good morning. First meal of the day is a salad, just lettuce and some red pepper and then some meatballs, and then as a salad dressing I have apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. I'm keeping it simple most of the days and I'm trying to repeat the same thing most days, especially at breakfast time or the first meal of the day. It is just easier to do it that way with planning. So today on the Dukan plan, I'm having a salad, just some lettuce, some red onion, and half a can of tuna because I'm sharing with hubby. He's got the other half. And then I've got some spice on there and apple cider vinegar and lemon juice. And I also show you some dinner ideas or some lunch ideas that I've had during the week so doing the plan. Okay, so this is fish made in the air fryer with some spice. Broccoli also in the air fryer with some spice. And then I just tore up some lettuce leaves and I put that with some lemon juice today. And this is my lunch today. So the first meal of the day is the soup. So this is the stock that I made on Monday. And it's with baby marrow and mushrooms and broccoli. And then my protein for this meal is a meatball and some fish. Both of them are just air fried. Sorry if you can hear the noise in the background. This is the lunch for today. So it's day 1. It's Monday, which means it's only proteins for the day. So I have 3 meatballs that I prepared last night. And if I'm still hungry, I can have more. This is just what I took for now. And then I've also had 1 cup of tea already for the day. And I'm having my second cup of tea. I'm thinking for tonight maybe I must make an omelette. And maybe just cut up some of the meatball and put that in the omelette for dinner tonight. But I'll still see if I get any other ideas and then I might just switch it up. Okay, so because it's only proteins allowed today, and some salt, some almond milk, and I'm making an omelette. And then I'm gonna have just cut up the meatballs that I made last night, and that's gonna be the filling for the omelette. So 3 eggs, almond milk, salt. This is probably 2 little eggs, but hey ho, this is what I'm making. This is all the ingredients going into the omelette. So the egg and the meatballs. This is what it is looking like. Hopefully tonight is a pretty flip evening and not an ugly flip evening. Okay, luckily it's a pretty flip evening, so this is the result. So Abby and I will share this. Okay, so this is 1 egg, Oatbran, a little bit of almond milk, and then tonight I've added some vanilla essence and some of the artificial sweetener that we're allowed to use, just to make it feel a little bit more like a treat. And then we're gonna have this with some hot chocolate, as explained on one of my lives how to make. So today is Tuesday. So what Tuesday means is that we are allowed to have vegetables, non-starchy vegetables, along with our proteins. So I thought of using this noodle here, shirataki noodles. You are actually allowed to have them on a Monday as well. So I was thinking of making us tomato mince pasta with this noodles for hubby and myself. For the kids, I'm going to use normal pasta. And then I am also going to do just a green salad, the salad base that I made for lunch today. I'm going to share the leftovers between hubby and myself. So dinner tonight is going to be tomato mince pasta with this as the pasta base, and then a green salad as well. Tonight's dinner, a haddock and some broccoli and cauliflower in the air fryer.
No.
Okay, so tonight's dinner, it's some veggies prepared in the air fryer, fish in the air fryer, and then 2 slices of toast. I wanted to make a salad, but I got lazy. For dinner, I'm having a bun with some cheese, peppered mackerel, and tomato and cucumber, and then there's also some broccoli and green beans in the air fryer if I'm still hungry afterwards. Friday evening snack situation, green beans with some spice on it, and a flapjack made with Oatbran and an egg. The green beans were air fried earlier, but then I had the idea to toss it in the oil that was left over from the mackerel that we made earlier today for dinner, or that I made for dinner. So I just tossed it in the leftover oil of the mackerel, and then with some spices. And then the flapjack I also made in that. Okay, this is the Saturday night snack situation. Oatbran flapjack, air fried broccoli, and then a can of tuna with some kimchi. And spices, obviously, extra spices on the kimchi and extra spices on the broccoli. And my favorite one is this one. So that's it for snacks, and then we are having Diet Coke and tonic mixed. It's absolutely delicious. If you have not tried it yet, give it a try. Comment down below, tell me what you think of it. Good morning, it's Sunday, it's cheat meal day, but for breakfast I'm having a fried egg, some smoked and peppered mackerel, and some kimchi for breakfast. I think this is going to be my last meal of this Dukan Diet series, what I show you what I eat. And this is Sunday and it's my cheat meal. As you can see, it's lots and lots of carbs ready for the week. And then I'm having some kroner to celebrate my 100 subscribers. Thank you to each and every one of you for getting me to 100 subscribers. I appreciate you very much. If there are any questions, please leave them down below and I'll get back to you. Tell me, have you heard of this diet before? Have you followed it before? So what I like about the second book is because it changes every day. Every day you can add something new to the plan. I like that aspect of it. I also like the fact that you are allowed to eat as much as you want to with regards to protein and vegetables. So you can eat till you are satiated. You are never hungry on this plan, and you should never be hungry on this plan. I hope you enjoyed this week's episode, and please consider subscribing if you like this type of content. As mentioned, I go live Monday to Friday between 6 and 6:30 where we do a kettlebell swing and where I do a diet check on this book every day, Monday to Friday. And then on a Saturday, I post a lifestyle video. So today's episode is one of my lifestyle videos, and I'll see you again next week.